Hey everybody, welcome back to another Blues Magic 10. Today we're going to talk about bad YouTube channels, in particular bad Pagan Witch YouTube channels. These channels have bad hosts, bad content, bad reputations, some very bad intentions. There are some things about these channels where I would just say buyer beware, run for the hills, just stay away from them. A lot of these channels I have personal interactions with. I, many years ago, kind of proclaimed myself as the Pagan Sheriff, Pagan Police. I know that sounds bad, but that to me was a good thing. There's a lot of unhonest people in the world, a lot of unhonest people in the Pagan Witch communities, people that are willing to scam people for money and attention. And I wanted to help people from being scammed because that's kind of important to me. I think a little bit large picture. I think of the Pagan community as a whole, and I want it to grow. And so the last thing I want to see is a scam artist that is causing, bad views on paganism because of their actions. I don't want somebody who's new to paganism that is vulnerable, gullible to believe half the stuff they hear and then end up listening to somebody who does not know what they're talking about. And so a lot of times I would intentionally go out looking for these channels, and when something did not hit me the right way, I double checked and did some investigating on my own accord, and I actually have found scam artists. A couple of them are on this list too. So anyway, we should get started on this. So number 10 is Scarlett Ravenwood. Oh geez, can't talk today. Dang. Scarlett Ravenwood. Her content is what's in question for me. Her videos are in general, and she'll always say that she did a video in better detail back then, and go check that out if you want to know more about that. Okay, but a lot of my issues with her is because I'm a father. I have a beautiful daughter who's 22 years old, and we are called YouTube influencers because we influence people, right? I don't want somebody like Scarlett influencing my daughter. There is videos where she uses some highly suggestive thumbs. Such as this one right here, where she is saying how to cast a circle laying on the floor in a black nightie. I'm sorry, we don't cast circles like that. So to me, it seems like she's doing a lot of in general videos and using thumbs like this to be relevant. She's using sex appeal, if you believe she is that, to sell her videos. And my question is, what happens in 10 years when she's no longer as young and pretty as she thinks she is, and people no longer want to see what she has to offer? Just my opinions there. Number 9 is Lippy Witch. Yeah, for those who know me, she was going to be on this list. Lippy has bad content, and she is a bad host. A majority of her videos are about book reviews and tarots. And a lot of these only get like 30, 40 views each. So she does not have a lot of interesting content to offer people. And then there's Lippy herself. Her attitude kind of sucks. Lippy is kind of boring. She loves to attack other people's channels. She likes to claim that other people's channels are dead. But here she is, she has twice as many subscribers as me, and my videos get more views than hers. She has complained about not getting views. She is also kind of vindictive. I did a video with a couple of images from her channel, and she put a copyright strike against me. She does that to anybody that uses a single image or anything from her videos. So she's not a good sport on anything. So if you're wanting to be around people that have a better personality, you know, that can interact with you on a more pleasant tone, stay away from this one. And do people like Global Village Witch, the House of Witchcraft, and that, because there would be much better choices. Number 8 is Stargirl, the Practical Witch. Alright, I did a video on her as well. She does not know magic whatsoever. She did a video talking about potions, and she claimed that colored water was a potion. She put red food dye in a couple jars of water and called that a potion. That's not a potion, and if you are a witch out there, you know it. But this is what she claimed, and she claims a lot. So she had a video where you can become psychic overnight. I'm sorry, that does not happen. We are given gifts, we have skills, but it takes time to develop them. We just can't go, oh, I feel better, and boom, hey, I'm a psychic. No, that don't work that way. Unless you're on the Twilight Zone. She had another video where she says that you can learn to read the tarot cards like a pro in one day. Now, I read tarot cards. I'm not very good at it, but I can read them. It takes more than one day. It takes a long time to read about the spreads. It takes a while to learn all the cards. There's like 78 cards, if I remember exactly. And you have to learn what each one means. There's also many people that believe they're inverted meanings to cards as well. So you have to be dedicated to know this. You can't just do it overnight. Number 7 is the gem goddess. Yeah, she's also a new ager and believes in vibrations. I don't believe in the vibrations part because it's just doesn't make sense. They're talking about how you can advance yourself by raising your body's vibration. But the problem with that is to actually get into a meditative state or into a higher mental realm, you have to lower your mental vibrations. Theta waves are down here, not up here. If you raise your mental abilities, your mental waves to the level like they are trying to say, you are going to have to drink a lot of caffeine. Okay, so to me, this vibration stuff does not make any sense. But I digress. Most of her videos are tarot pick videos where she'll have like 4 or 5 cards out. Pick this card and this is what will happen. Blah blah blah. Claims to know how to raise your vibration so you can manifest anything. I worry about people that say that you can do this, or do anything. There's a lot of limitations to it, and they don't want to sell the truth. You can manifest things in your life, yes, but you cannot manifest things overnight. Because by gosh, I've been trying to manifest $1 million overnight for a couple of years now, and it hasn't happened yet. Number 6 is Flora Sage, or Flora Pixie Sage. She's a scam artist. She's actually one of the first people I proved to be a scam. You'll see in this image right here. that she sells tarot card readings to try to teach people to read tarot cards. I'm sorry. And you look at that price difference. She's charging double for certification. The problem is that her certification is with fraudulent groups. One of them is the Drug-Free Medical Practitioners Association, if I remember what it's called. But in the video that I did about it, I proved that she was in cahoots with her supposed accreditation. Now, this is the bad thing about metaphysics in this world, in the United States, sorry. The US government does not regulate metaphysics. So if you can find anything that's connected to metaphysics, you can make some outlandish claims and never have to back them up because it's not regulated by the federal government. So I could today open up an academy saying that I'm going to teach telekinesis and charge people $500 a course. And if anybody sends me the money, I can keep it. Don't really have to teach them anything. I can just give them like 3 pages saying, hey, try this, and leave it at that. They can't sue me because it is not a regulated practice. Sad, I know. That's why I was doing all this policing. When I did my investigating, I gave her chances to answer questions. I sent her, I believe it was 5 emails, asking her some questions, and she never responded. She didn't think she had to. Number 5 is Nightwilloppressor. Now, when I first saw her channel many years ago, I was looking forward to watching her videos. She proclaimed herself as a teenage writer. And, I think, oh, that's real creative. I'm going to have to watch this. She was 18 years old, and she was going to go to college. Her mom and dad were paying for it. She was living with mom and dad, and she decided to write a pagan workbook, trying to tell people how to live the pagan lifestyle. Now, I have a problem with that because she lacked experience, for one. I, just like with Flora, sent her a couple emails asking her, hey, where did you learn stuff about paganism, witchcraft, and all that? And she refused to answer. Through my research, she was self-taught. I don't care how much self-teaching you have got to have experiences in life. And being that young and not having the experiences out in the real world, how do you, draw upon that to live a pagan lifestyle? I mean, that's just something that irks me because experiences are everything. I'm 50 years old and I have a lot of experiences, and I can see how paganism kind of reflects different aspects of my life, and so I can share that with people and help people grow. She doesn't have that, and so I just found her to be quite fake, and I just wouldn't suggest anybody going to her. She seems to be a nice person, and she might have had all the great intent, but she didn't have the experiences and the knowledge to back up her claims. White Witch Parlor. She actually deleted a couple of her videos because of me. She used her YouTube videos as commercials. She would do spells and she would be dressed up, to the traditional witch, black hat, the black outfit with lace and all that. But anyway, she would be going, well, to do this ritual, you would need these herbs, and I sell these at my shop. So you need to get out these jars, which I sell at my shop. And I have this type of ribbon, I have this type of oil, I have this, I have that, and it's all sold at my shop. And I have no problem with people wanting to make some money, some some supportive money for their life. There's nothing wrong with that. But there is a point when you are a pagan for profit, where your driving force is to make money. And with the way she acted in so many of her videos, I think that's what she was doing, strictly for the money. Number 3 is Dakota Hendrix. Now, this guy just really irks me. You remember the binding of Donald Trump and the hexing of Kavanaugh? This is the guy that was doing it. This is the guy who owns a occult shop in New York City and was selling tickets to have people come in and participate in a ritual to bind, hex Donald Trump and Kavanaugh. He was also very instrumental in doing that nationwide hexing and binding stuff too. Which I think is so stupid, because you cannot have an unorganized group of people having mixed intents, mixed messages about hexing and binding and expect them to work together. We have people that were using Cheetos and carrots in these rituals, and it was acceptable. And I'm just thinking of all the spell failure and all that, and that's why I think that thing failed like crazy. Number 2 is Astera, Star Goddess. I did a video about her, probably about a year ago now. Astera uses prosperity gospel in her videos, as you can see it right here. She is scamming money just like Joel Osteen, give me money and money shall return to you. There are a lot of people that were upset about that video, but she's done this more than once. When she does her streaming, she has it set up, so you can send her money. And so that brings us to number 1. Azura Dragon Feather. Now this girl is strange to me, very, very strange indeed. She has a very bad history on YouTube. She did a series of videos about smoking cannabis on YouTube videos and all that. And YouTube went through and deleted them. She, if I remember it, was threatened to have her channel shut down because of it. So, you gotta know the laws and the rules and all that before you do something. Now, if you smoke cannabis on your personal life and all that, that's fine. That's your life. But I believe it's against the law, so it's against the law. One of her other big quirks is that she's an otherkin. She believes that she is part dragon. Yeah, wow. And you can see that right here. So that just takes a lot of smoking a little bit too much cannabis, in my opinion, to come up with that mentality. She does some weird things to her face. She likes to super glue jewels to her forehead and loves to get out the marker. Yeah, I know. And so that is all about how weird the host is. Content is very questionable as well. And her intent is what really ticked me off with her. Many years ago, she was reading Dancing with Dragons by DJ Conway. She was so wrapped up in this book that before she even completed reading it, she decided that she was going to teach it on YouTube. Now, I have a lot of issues about bad teachers on YouTube. And so it irked the heck out of me that she hasn't even finished the book and she thinks she is qualified to teach this to other people. Well, I believe that you have to do a lot of reading, a lot of research. You have to get outside information, interact with people before you become a teacher, because you can miss a lot. And I mean, and worst thing of all is Dancing with Dragons is a Llewellyn book. For those of you who don't know Llewellyn, sometimes it's basically he wants to talk about a point in his book, in their books, and they only give 2 paragraphs to discuss this part. That's it. Then they drop it. And so you cannot really use a Llewellyn book as a teaching guide. And here, Dragonfeather was going to use 1 book from Llewellyn as a teaching guide to teach Draconic Wicca. And I think that would be a misservice for all those that are new to paganism, witchcraft, and it just makes us look really bad as a community when we have a nutcase like this. And in case I didn't say it, I'm going to say it now. I watched her videos for comedic value, because there were times where she was saying some really outlandish stuff in her videos, and I came up with my nickname for her, and I still use it today. She's Stoner Girl. Because let's face it, she has made quite a few videos while she was stoned. So I hope you liked the video. Please leave your comments below if you have ideas for videos, for channels, for my top 10s. Please put them below and I'll give you a shout out if I use your idea. So everybody, please take care, be at peace.